I have no ancestors who come from or went to the United States. Thus, in my genealogical research, I never came across the need to access any US records, such as birth indexes, death indexes, passenger lists, census records. Thus, I could never appreciate the emotional value of the information acquired from such records. Then I came across an offer from Ancestry.com who were giving full access to their records for 3 days, so that one could have an idea of what kind of information can be acquired. I too wanted to take the opportunity of this offer, but I have no ancestors to search. What could I do? Well, I have no direct ancestors, but I have a number of ancestors whose siblings emigrated to the United States. For example, my maternal grandfather is the only brother from his able siblings who stayed in Malta. Okay? The rest who were able to go there actually emigrated to the United States and married there and had families who still exist today. Their own mother's family never met for this family photo. The elder brothers had already emigrated to the United States. This photo is a montage of all the family. But before we go into this family, there is one person who merits a special mention. This time from my father's side, Carmelo. The relative is one Andrew Borch, brother to Carmelo's maternal grandfather, here posing for his elder brother's wedding in 1914 in Zebbuġ, Malta. A few years after the wedding, he left for the United States. He never married and lived a solitary life, keeping contact with his family in Malta via letters and postcards. Hesitant and wary at first, he was overjoyed to welcome Carmelo and his wife when they visited him in his home back in 1976. Carmelo was the only member of the family to have ever met him in the United States. After a number of years, the letters stopped, and my father feared the worst. He got in contact with a cousin of my mother's in the United States, who was an ex-FBI agent, and asked her to try to find out about him. But she could acquire no information about his death or whereabouts. This was back in 1989. Since then, my father had given up in hope of finding out what had happened to his great-uncle. Here was something worth searching for, something to put the US records to the test. The search was quite straightforward. I put in the name Andrew Borch in the text box and fired the search. The first search result to catch my eye was that of the 1930 US Census records, because the estimated date of birth was credible and he was registered in San Francisco, where my father had found him living in his visit in 1976.